Grain science is a hidden gem. What we do is actually we focus on the processing aspects of grain industry. So to give specific, we have interest in milling, baking, and feed and pet food production. Our role is basically we take over the point where the agriculture or the production agriculture departments end, which is the field level. We take it from the field level all the way to the consumer end by taking care of many aspects of processing or transforming the raw material or commodities into some value-added products, which involves understanding the raw material itself and on the principles and technologies to make those transformations, as in milling, baking, and feed production and beyond.
I'm most excited for that kind of first-hand industry practice. I think that in our recruiting practices, there are those like me who saw the facilities we currently have and said, this is A-okay, I still am so passionate about this, I want to do it. But then you have the people who like the thought of being that passionate, but because of the facilities aren't willing to take that risk. And I think with the new facilities, we'll bring in a whole different group of people who are willing to kind of learn a different thing than they were expecting, especially within the milling and baking science.
I think, first of all, the new building will provide a physical space where there will be no borders or less borders, less walls and less doors. So by sitting in the same space that they hear from each other and maybe hear about the things that they never heard before. It could be a new analysis technique or some focus area that other discipline has very high awareness, but our students may not, or vice versa. Having this intentional way of bumping into each other and creating this curiosity of asking questions to the other side and maybe getting some inspirational ideas about how to incorporate that kind of a knowledge into our operations will be the one of a kind or completely different opportunity for our students.
I think on the teaching side, the new building is just going to give us many more opportunities for different ways to teach our content. I think about some of the new milling equipment we are going to have in that building and the opportunities for teaching the milling process, and even for the millers, the baking process are just fantastic, and just so much more we can do than now. We're kind of, with the equipment we have and everything, we're really just stuck with the basics.
I really want the outside donors and the sponsors to know that as they support us and we support them, we are modeling interdisciplinarity in real life to the students. We are working together as a system. We're not feeding graduates, they're not feeding us money or jobs. We're working together to create an industry that is sustainable.
I think it's important to realize the connection. It isn't necessarily cause and effect, but there certainly is an association between the work of land-grant universities, and I'm including obviously Kansas State University in that group, and economic prosperity and growth in the state. We've pulled together data, for example, over the last couple of years, the number of value-added food companies which have expanded or have come to Kansas, brought in over $2.5 billion in investment, brought in over 2,000 jobs. And these are companies that can touch the food and ag space, which we work in and teach in directly. So we think that's an important thing that folks ought to know, is that dollars invested in what we do really pay off for the state of Kansas.